Snow White with Red Hair is another anime that gets asked a lot about when it comes to the chances of a season 3, and this is also a manga and an anime that I really thoroughly enjoy, and I've really wanted to see a season 3 of it. To kind of give a bit of context, season 1 and season 2 happened very closely together, and just based on the evidence there, it is very easy to see that obviously season 1 and season 2 were contracted at the same time to be produced, and thus is why they came out very closely together. That happens quite frequently with new and old animes, as an example of, say, like Overlord, where season 2 and season 3 were contracted pretty much at the same time and released within the span of a year. That is the same case with Snow White with Red Hair. So when people mention that, oh, but season 2 came out, so season 3 should happen, season 1 and season 2 were pretty much done together as one contract, obviously seen from the fact that there was a 3-month gap between season 1 and season 2. That happens quite frequently when they try to boost DVDs and Blu-ray sales, which is definitely something that I feel like when looking at the numbers for this, that was probably wise, but still didn't probably build up enough to really warrant a third season. Because when looking at the chances of it, which of course you need to look at the Blu-rays, the DVDs, the merchandise, and of course the streaming components, this was not good. The DVDs and the Blu-rays, particularly the Blu-rays, which is generally the highest selling thing, sold 700 in the first week, just a little bit below that. And that is for the mid-range volumes itself. So it really shows that the actual Blu-rays did not sell well, sadly. And that is really disappointing because I really wanted to see a third season of this anime to give fans that opportunity to consume that content and see the story that I really love and the heartwarming romance that goes on. But just seeing the actual Blu-ray sales is extremely bad. And the only way that would be able to be null and voided and still have a season 3 is either two things. One, the actual streaming component had a massive surge of popularity, which sadly wasn't the case. It was relatively popular, but not popular enough to supplement a heavy push going based on traffic alone looking online. And then of course merchandise sales still was very minimal to non-existent, especially in the Western audience. There was very little merchandise, if any, really at all. And then marketing pretty much was only done to promote seasons 1 and 2, and then that was the end. We occasionally get a little bit of promoting for the manga, but the manga sales don't impact the chances of another season, because again, the manga sales will just encourage the author to continue doing more on the actual manga itself and not make an anime. I would say that this anime was a heavy source material seller, even though it's quite surprising that it actually did get a season 1 and a season 2, just because even if you kind of put them together, it's a 24 episode sort of big bundle. That is still quite surprising, but I think that was done to give a lot of extra room for the fans to be attached to the characters. I don't think 12 episodes would have been enough to really draw a heavy attachment to this romantic comedy. I think having the 2 seasons really drew a big attachment, which definitely was a very good effect for me because I absolutely love the manga nonetheless. But just going based on the facts alone, as much as yes, the sales were low, the streamings were low, there wasn't much, promotion in that sense, I still do think there is a slither of hope down the line. But with everything ongoing and there's so much uncertainty, it is definitely one of those kind of rocky situations, and maybe it's just me fanboying over the anime itself and the manga and really wanting a season 3, but I do think with just how many new and old animes have been getting new season announcements, I definitely think there is that opportunity, not just as a last huzzah to try and re-promote the mangas, but I do think there is enough opportunity for a streaming platform to want to push for new seasons, because it is something that is in high demand, not just in the Western audience, but in the Japanese audience, for new seasons for older animes, rather than just producing new seasons for new animes and then just only having 1 or 2 seasons and then ditching them. There is a much higher demand for it, but with all the uncertainty right now, I think a lot of those good possibilities are going to be thrown out the window for the time being. But with how much the anime industry has also grown, I think there is still that glimmer of hope there. But just looking at the numbers, statistically speaking, it is very low. But I've always said, stranger things have happened. Just take my opinion with a grain of salt. I hope there is a season 3, but as I said, looking at the numbers, it is very rocky, but we'll just have to wait and see. But currently, there is no official announcement of a season 3. I know there are some places saying otherwise, but again, no announcement from the studio or the author of the manga have announced a season 3. I will announce it on the channel when it does happen, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts about the anime? What are your thoughts about the manga? But if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more anime content, and I'll see you, beautiful nerds, in the next video.